So now, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, G-Man Aviation. Now in today's video, we are going to be doing the plane tier list I have here in a second. But just first, let me grab the camera and see outside. It is very, very snowy. The way you can see all of the snow, which is awesome. You can see in a future video soon before the snow. I was talking about ice anyway, so it's kind of cool that this happened today. So let's just get into the plane tier list right now. We're going to. So here we are. This is just on a tier list maker. But you can see it's just I made this. But you can just rating random things. And now this is literally no actual like point to this, like just my opinion on them, of the ones that I've seen, either by looks or by how they fly in flight simulators, or how cool or fun they are to fly in general. So let's just see. So yeah, this is all just strictly opinion, no actual facts here. But so let's just start out here with this plane down here. This is the Boeing 777. Now, this one is not a bad plane, but also, I mean, it's not the most popular. It does have luxury interiors, definitely by Emirates and other airlines like that. So, I'd say this one will probably be a B. I give it a B. Let's see what else. Can also do possibly. Let's see. So the next one here is the Boeing 787 Dreamliner here. Let's just say this one is definitely a cool looking plane. Can fly across the world and also has a good, so I'd say probably A tier for that one. So now we have Airbus just as a company, simply Airbus as a company. I'd say definitely, I mean, it has different planes. I'm personally more of a Boeing fan, but I still use both Airbus and Boeing as the same. So I'd probably say somewhere A tier again. So now the 757 from Boeing. This is one of my favorite planes, so definitely S tier. I just love the way it looks, as it's an older plane, and there's not many of flying around much more anymore here. But it is fun to just have it. It looks really nice, and just the way it is. So now the next one here is, it may look like a 737, but it's actually the 737 MAX. Now the 737 MAX, now, from the time now, is better than it was 3 years ago. More time away from that, when it had the problems with their systems where the plane would crash. So I say just because of its history, yes, they've gotten much better and safer. I actually flew on one earlier this year, and it was not a bad experience. But I'd say definitely because of the other ones, I think that gets it a spot in D tier down here. Now, the next one here is the Boeing 767. Now, this plane is an older plane. I've actually never personally flown it. But the 767, I can't really say much about it, so I say probably somewhere around with the 777 here in the B tier. And now we're switching to Airbus planes, for at least for the most part. There may be a few more, but yeah, I think most of them are going to be Airbus from about now. So this is actually the Airbus A321, the next one here. Now, this one is not a bad plane. Not many flying around, definitely longer, and also more, kind of, it's more, how do you say, longer and more just not easier. Can't really do short runways, can't really take off from cool places. It's really just meant, I mean, yes, it has a lot of seats, but I'd say because of that reason, I think it's probably, I'd say like C tier, first C. Now the A380, again, interior from different airlines like Emirates and Etihad. Better, nice, beautiful interiors. Now, because of this, it's also the biggest plane. Again, kind of like the A321, can't really take off from from any airport really that is small. has to go from international to international. But I say pretty good. So, and since it's only 2 double-decker plane, I say we have to do probably A tier here with these. Now the next one is kind of hard to see in the thumbnail down here, but it is actually the Airbus A350. Now this is an interesting plane, like more of a flying cockpit kind of thing. Just show here pictures of the inside. Let's just take a look. It's Airbus. We'll do the A350. I'll just show you guys what I'm talking about with the interior of the plane here. You can see definitely with this one, it's kind of like some people say a flying iPad, basically. So like this here. This is right here. This is so this is the cockpit of the A350. It has many screens, and that's not a bad thing. Definitely interesting. Definitely not many planes of those flying around. Don't have much to say about it, so I'd probably say around B tier here with these guys. Now the next plane and the next 2 planes these are now cargo planes. We're now switching over to cargo planes here. Now with the Boeing 747 Dreamlifter. Now, like we had earlier, it was the 787 Dreamliner, but the 747, again, Queen of the Skies, we'll see later in the tier list, but for the Dreamlifter's sake, it does not look the prettiest. It has this big bulging fuselage where you don't it does not look as pretty as the 747 usually does. So I'd say more probably B tier here with these ones. Now also with the Airbus Beluga, it looks like a very, very weird dolphin. I don't know. It just kind of looks really weird. In my opinion, it's, again, using parts for different planes. So I say for that reason, it'll probably be C tier here with the Airbus A321. But here we have the Airbus A330 here. Now the Airbus A330 is the butter machine, to say the least. The butter machine, and all, you'll see it. I fly it a lot in the simulators. It's a good Airbus plane. So yeah, definitely S tier for that one. Now Boeing as a company, as like I said earlier, it's a good company, but I'd probably say put it here with Airbus, both A tier, both pretty good companies. So now with the Boeing 747, the Queen of the Skies, definitely the first not first 4-engine plane, never mind, that's the wrong thing to say, but the first double-decker kind of plane, passenger plane, that flew for the longest time. There's still 747s from, cargo airlines mostly today, some from Lufthansa, but most of them, like this one here, but most it's amazing. It's a good plane, good long thing. They will shortly be retired. I don't know, probably near in the future because of how old they're getting. But so this is the next one. This is the Airbus A320, and like the next one. So definitely an amazing plane. I'd say S tier again with the way the Airbus A320 looks and just flies. It's a good plane, good everything else with all of it. And now the next one, of course, you can see here in the main thumbnail. It's the 737, just the normal 800, 700 ones. Those all variants except for the Maxes. So I would definitely say this at S tier. I use it. I fly a lot in the flight simulator, and it's a very fun plane to fly. It's pretty fun and just amazing. So now, yeah, this is the tier list. Again, just by my opinion. But if you guys want to use this tier list, I will be putting it on a link in the description if you'd like to do the tier list for yourself. But yeah, so I can put this, I'll put the tier list up on this app, Lomo. You can play it anytime. I'll put it, the link in the description for this tier list that I made personally. So yeah, so thank you all for watching, and yeah, thank you so much for see your own opinions. Definitely, if you want to put these, I'd definitely like to see your opinions. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.